As we entered the gates of Horrorland,
When is a children's book series no longer just a children's book series? When it becomes a national phenomenon called Goosebumps.
The kids are just going crazy over it. I know a lot of kids I've talked to, including Melissa, they just love it.
First, a book by R.L. Stine, then a slogan, "Reading is a Scream." Now a series of books for 7 to 12-year-olds created by Parachute Press and published by Scholastic, a weekly TV show, clothes, toys, and other merchandise. And most recently, a new computer game.
Stay away from me, grubby little nitwit.
The Goosebumps craze attracted top-notch actors like Jeff Goldblum and Isabella Rossellini to accept roles in a new CD-ROM game called Goosebumps: Escape from Horrorland. Also catching Goosebumps fever, the biggest names in the entertainment industry. The new CD-ROM game is produced by DreamWorks Interactive. BWI is Steven Spielberg, Jeffrey Katzenberg, David Geffen, and Bill Gates joining forces to produce interactive entertainment software.
You have to put the player inside the book. In order to do that, we had to develop a world that surrounds you. You will feel that you are inside a world, and the closer you get to the screen, you know, and the more you hear those great surround sounds, and I think it's a good story, and we have really good actors.
The new CD-ROM game is an interactive sequel to R.L. Stine's One Day at Horrorland.
We wanted to make sure that the environment was real and that it sucked you in. And in order to do that, we used miniature sets, we used computer-generated sets, live actors, puppets, animatronic creatures.
The extra effort seems to have paid off.
It's adventurous. It's like I'm in the game and I'm like being a character.
It's exactly what DreamWorks Interactive was trying to accomplish. One thing it did without trying, feed Goosebumps fever, which now seems to be reaching epidemic proportions. In Los Angeles, this is David Winter reporting.
Dracul.
Wings. Higher. Great.
Hey, stay away from me, grubby little nitwit. Stay away from me, grubby little... All right.
And then you have to get out of the way.
Right.
Time, this time, in time.
Okay.
Okay. I can do this.
You leaving?
I'm going to leave.
Okay.
Yeah, hey man, fantastic. Thank you for doing this again. It's just great.
You good? Things are good?
Yeah, just working my ass off.
Hey, who are you? What do you do with that cape? It's mine. Are you an imbecile? It doesn't fit you. Hey, what are you trying to do? Hmm? I am the Count's lady tonight. Not you. Me. Me?
Eat some more of it. You can't throw your head back if you're having so much fun. You just can't believe it. And action. Cheering, having a great time, looking, keep your eye line. You're loving it. Don't look towards camera. Great. Go crazy, stomping, stomping. All of a sudden, Luke is up in the tower. And Andrew? Set. And action!
Hold it, pull back. Stop.
Like the werewolf. That was no guy in a costume. But you're not going to win bottom me, right? Because you see, I set this trap. What? Don't give me that look. It'll work. 'Cause you're gonna help me. Grab a torch! A torch! Aren't mommies supposed to be afraid of fire? Ah! Ah! Ah!
They would read to me out loud, and it's nice because I've been reading to my children all their lives, and Goosebumps was the first time I think that my kids wanted to read to me and wanted me just to shut up and sit in the corner and just be entertained by what they read to me, and they really got involved in the story. Well, it's like a crazy amusement park. It's a combination amusement park, Frankenstein, Wolfman Village that you see in the old Universal movies or the old Hammer films. So it's got a bit of kitsch to it, and it's got a lot of the B-movie spin, but it's also got deep textures, and it's edgy, and it's a bit dark, and it's very scary. I mean, if we're successful, you'll get Goosebumps, and if we're not, you won't. I mean, that's going to be the litmus test right there.
It's adventurous. It's like I'm in the game and I'm like being a character and acting their parts out and playing them, and it's fun to play.
They'll get into the computer games, and then they'll realize there are books out there, and then they'll start to pick up the books and start reading them, and eventually I'm sure there'll probably be more video games to follow, and this way when they pick up the book, they'll say, well, yeah, I know how to play that game now.
Well, the reason we took One Day at Horrorland was that it was the easiest book after I read through the whole bunch of them, and it was the easiest book to move into an interactive environment because it had lands that you could go and explore, things that you could look at. It was just sort of a natural. It's kind of difficult serving those two diverse kind of masters because, on the one hand, you've got Steven coming in and he's very creative and he's saying, ooh, make it like this and have like flesh melt off people's faces and do all this kind of stuff. And Jeffrey's like saying, don't spend any money. You're spending too much money. And Bill is just sort of looking perplexed that we're actually shooting miniature sets to build, this game instead of doing everything computer-wise. No, I love it. I get to say things like, yeah, the zombies are just like cheese wheels, except until you get into the haunted pyramid. And where else can you have dialogue like that and be talking seriously about, what you do?
And what that title actually has done has raised the bar of production values a little bit because they got a lot of people from Hollywood that do special effects, a lot of really good camera people.